Hi, welcome to Foodie. Today we're going to make some caramelized onions with Brussels sprouts. I have some Brussels sprouts I need to get rid of in the refrigerator. And I love Brussels sprouts, especially when they're like browned, like broiled in the oven. But we're going to do this time is kind of cut them in half, cook them face down, get them nice and brown. Then we're going to mix them in with some caramelized onions. I think that should really go real good together. So we can get started on this. The beginning part with the onions is going to be real similar to what I did making the French onion soup on one of my previous videos. So let's get started on that. So on my onions, I've peeled and I've cut both ends off. And what I want to do is cut them in half, not to make the circles, but to make, cut them through the top and through the bottom. And then I'm going to cut them widthwise so they're just kind of nice small pieces. And just cut some slices. All right, let's go over to the stovetop. I've got my stock pot. And I've got 3 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to melt down. Get this pan coated good. Then I'm going to pour my onions into the stock pot. So I'm going to stir my onions up here and get them nice and coated with the butter. You could use olive oil if you wanted to. I just like the taste of butter better. And so what we want to do here is to cook these onions probably 15 minutes until they get nice and soft. They'll cook down a lot, and all these big chunks will turn into nice little slices. So while my onions are cooking down, you keep, stir them every few minutes. I have a pound of fresh Brussels sprouts that I've cut in half, once again lengthwise. I've got a tablespoon of butter in a frying pan, and I'm going to put these cut side down to get a nice brown spot on them. And you want to cook these in a single layer. So depending on how big your frying pan is, you may have to do 2 sets of cooking. All right, let's take a look at one of these Brussels sprouts. Yeah, that looks looking pretty good. Let's stir these up a little bit. Yeah, you can see how they're nice brown. I'm going to turn these down to low because they're going to take a little while to cook. They'll cook to get them nice and tender. Meanwhile, we'll go back to our onions. They're starting to turn nice and brown. It's been about 8 minutes to get them this brown. I'm going to turn these down to a medium and let them get nice and soft. So we got about 5 minutes to go on the onions. And I think Mr. Mickey wants to be fed. You hungry? You hungry? Okay. We interrupt this program for an emergency action. I'm getting you, hold on. My crazy cat. You're interrupting my cooking show. Oh. Mouse wants in on the action, but he can't get down. Come on. All right, back to business. Almost made me burn my onions. Okay, onions are looking great. It's been 10 minutes. So the next step in the process is to actually caramelize these onions. I'm going to turn this down to medium, low. I'm going to add a half a tablespoon of brown sugar, 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground nutmeg, and a half a cup of white wine. I'm using Chardonnay. We're going to stir all that in there. That brown sugar is going to give it a nice caramelized sweet taste. And we're going to put this on low, and we're just going to let this really cook down, let all the wine cook away. And when we're done, we should have some very tender onions. Keep checking it every few minutes. We're probably going to let this cook for 20 minutes. While this is cooking down, I want some of this wine flavor to get into the Brussels sprouts as well. So let's go ahead and throw in our Brussels sprouts in to the onion mixture. You can stir those up good. That way this caramelization will take place not just on the onions, but on the Brussels sprouts as well. If we run out of liquid too soon before the Brussels sprouts are done, we can add in maybe a little bit more wine. And I'm going to go ahead and cover these so the Brussels sprouts cook better. Okay, our onions and Brussels sprouts are done. All right, we got these dished up. See that nice and brown, caramelized? Smells really good too. I'll get some of the onions and the Brussels sprouts. Yeah, really good. I forgot to show it on the video. I did add salt as I was cooking it. Yeah, this is very good. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to add just a little sprinkle of some balsamic vinegar. Yeah, that's going to be, let me taste that now. Definitely much better. Really nice, very different side dish. So if you like the recipe, give me a thumbs up and please subscribe to Ed Foodie right over there. Thank you.